Hey everybody, Ian Riccaboni here. It's 55 and 5, joined by Cary Silkin, our producer AJ from Bisson Creative and Web Design. Cary, we have Hall of Fame boxer, Hall of Fame wrestler yesterday, Primo Carnera.
We're working our way up to number 100. We're at 97. And you told me, you hinted that it's somebody that I might know a little bit about.
And he has a very specific claim to fame. He did wrestle a little bit in Madison Square Garden. Okay, maybe you may or may not know. Well, I'm going to show the fans, the viewers at home, this card. It's a 5-minute history lesson. That's the goal here on 55 and 5, to go through each card of the 55 Parkhurst set. Cary, I'm going to set the timer here. You got 5 minutes to tell me anything you know about Sandor Kovacs.
Okay. I can't tell you much about his wrestling, his in the ring career.
Sure.
But hopefully this is part of your safety net, that he became a promoter.
Sure did.
In Vancouver.
Sure did. Yeah.
Vancouver, Seattle area.
Yeah.
And that was probably in the late 50s, early 60s. We'll have to have one of his, I do have some posters from his promotion that would have Gene Kiniski.
Yes.
And Don Leo Jonathan.
Yes, here we go.
Kenji Shibuya.
Okay.
And some other of the stars of the Northwest.
Yeah.
As far as him as a wrestler, I always knew him as a promoter, so why don't you school me on this? Yeah,
speaking of schooling, do you have any idea who may have taken him under his wing? He was a pro, but someone took him under his wing and took him to Canada.
Ooh, from where?
From the East Coast, we'll say. East Coast Northeast.
Not Willie Gilzenberg?
No, not Willie Gilzenberg.
Jack Pfeffer?
No, good guess. Stu Hart.
Okay.
Yeah, he took him westward. And they say he's trained by Stu Hart, but he was already a wrestler, kind of, sort of. So definitely got a seasoning with Stu Hart at the very least. And
he must have, Stu Hart's he's not going to bring a flunky.
No.
He's going to bring a guy that he feels has some talent. And that's interesting.
Yeah, he was an officer in the Royal Canadian Navy in World War II. And his interesting claim to fame, he's believed to be one of the first 2 wrestlers to ever wrestle on television.
Huh.
Yeah, he wrestled a man named Dennis James on the Dumont Network.
You sure about that?
That's what
Dennis James was one of the early announcers.
Yeah,
it could be another Dennis
It could be another Dennis James, but that's his biography from the Cauliflower Alley Club had mentioned that. So that's one of his claims to fame. If he wasn't the first, he was definitely one of the first to be on television. 1956, he teams with Lord James Blears, who we've gone through here in Los Angeles, and kind of a middle of the card guy in the Northeast capital, and he wins. He's a good guy. Returns in 1960. He's a frequent challenger on TV to one of your favorites and mine, Buddy Rogers.
Okay.
He gets several shots on television at the WWF Capital United States Championship,
which is usually guaranteed, and the champion would keep the belt.
Right.
But they would, if you look back on the old All-Star Wrestling tapes, in a rare case, they would have Bruno or Pedro Morales. It would be against a Baron Cicluna type.
Right.
Or, a middle guy. They wouldn't put the Killer Kowalski against Bruno on TV.
Yeah. Or make people show up to the arenas. Right. Yeah. And he goes to Big Time in March 1962, which is Vancouver, Western Canada. And he just stays there. Him and Gene Kiniski buy the territory. They run the territory. Regularly cross-promoted with Don Owen in Oregon and Ed Francis in Hawaii. So they have a good rotation where they cycle in all kinds of great talent. He ends up becoming a theater instructor and leads some local productions.
Okay.
And he's also, and I thought this was an interesting word, ballet omane. A ballet enthusiast.
Cool.
Yeah. So he becomes a purveyor of the local arts in Vancouver and a big supporter of the local theater scene there.
Well, well-rounded man.
Yeah.
Good businessman.
Yeah, absolutely.
And good card.
Yeah, it's a good card. I like the yellow and interesting career. I always knew the name, but I never could place it. And now we finally finally can do that.
Well, that was good. So this week, at least I'm 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
Hopefully I can keep the streak going at number 98.
Yeah, I think you're going to be 3 for 3.
Okay.
I think you're going to be number 93. Former world champ.
I better get this.
Yeah, it's one of the oddball world champs, but a full world champ nonetheless. So thanks so much for watching. That was episode 97. Join us back here tomorrow for episode 98. We're going to take a look at a former NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. For Cary, AJ, I'm Ian. Happy wrestling. We'll see you back here tomorrow.